Our first speaker, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Steinhauer.
Good afternoon, delegates, Creator's children. I'm so grateful every day that the Creator gives us. I'd like to take a moment to think about our people who are ill, suffering from diseases that have moved on well before their time, before their work has been completed here on earth. Many people come to mind, and the elders have always told us, the Creator has blessed us with 4 sacred elements to balance life. Unfortunately, they warned us of these times to come. Progress has ruined many lives, many animals, many basic elements in life. And water is one that I'm going to talk about. Cardinal Mountain Water is here to help the indigenous peoples of Turtle Island on both sides of the 49th parallel. Water has many healing qualities. Our treatment system, we are granted by the Creator and the Grandmother Moon, who is the water spirit. The women are the water keepers of the land. They bring life into this world. The system that we are granted permission has huge success. The water has been analyzed critically by Environment Canada, Health Canada, reputable laboratories, including the University of Alberta and Calgary accredited laboratories, and they asked, where did you guys find this water? Our water has no expiration dates. It doesn't expire. We opened a bottle here this past year that was sealed for 5 years, and that water was still the same characteristics as when we first put it together. There are bands today that are seeking help, and one band in particular I'm very proud of comes from Treaty 4. But I will let them talk about their own success. It's not my lightning and thunder to share. There is a video, YouTube video on them, and they are Kakawista. Many people, an 82-year-old woman, slated for hemodialysis, started drinking the water, and her physician in 2-month period asked, what did you do? What happened? She said, do you believe in the Creator? The doctor could not believe her words. She says, I've been drinking water. The water that we produce, we fashion, we respect all the parameters of the Canadian Drinking Water Guideline, the USCP water regulations, and the European water regulations. We do not kill or inactivate any pathogens that are in the water. We deal with them with the utmost respect, and we turn them back into the environment. Some waters that we've turned back the water into the environment, the fish have now returned. 2 scientists have told us the work that you guys have done is way and above our comprehension. These scientists are Dr. David Schindler and David Suzuki. There's so much I could say and talk about water. You guys had a long 2 days here. Our system of treatment is patented and protected. We're here to form and assist First Nations peoples with partnerships. The Canadian government, the Prime Minister, has written to Cardinal Mountain Water with a letter indicating it is now the Chief and Council's responsibility, and they are accountable for their infrastructure. So it is the Chief's words today. They get to choose their type of treatment system. And I respect all water treatment experts that are out there. There are many types of treatment systems: chemicals, conventional, ultramembrane technology, micromembrane technology, nanofiltration technology, and RO filtration technology. And they all involve chemicals. Chemicals, the minute you introduce chemicals to water, you change their characteristics. You change her characteristic, because water is life. Water is like the woman that walked the earth, that replenished the earth with our future 7 generations to come. I would like to be able to say one day to my great-grandchildren that I tried, and our legacy lives on, because water is something that is so sacred. The elders have told us it is a medicine. And today I believe their words, because they told us water is going to be an enormous puzzle to humanity. Today we are buying water, and they're on the water bottles, they're loaded with chemical drinking water. There's a difference between safe, chemically loaded drinking water and healthy drinking water, as I shared with you openly. Healthy drinking water replenishes the body, because we are all made of water. Today, we detoxify our kidneys, our liver, our stomachs, but do we ever detoxify our minds? Our mind is submerged in 82% water, and the water that we take affects how we think mentally. As I shared with you openly, we're here to help the indigenous peoples of the land. And it has been a struggle. It has really been a struggle to get the word out there. But many people today, many chiefs, many leaderships are now coming to question, how can we obtain this water? And we are there to help. We are there to help the indigenous peoples of the land. I can share with you people that have been drinking the water for 10 years. Academically, they excel. Their IQ is enormously above any other children in their classrooms. Chemicals in the water. Chlorine. Chlorine is a poison. It's a gas. It distorts and affects our pancreas. Our pancreas is there to create those good sugars that our bodies need. And as a result, we become diabetic, type 2 diabetic. The pancreas is also there to digest our food. And the chlorine we ingest in our water, our intake, destroys the good bacteria in our abdominal area, which helps digest our wastes. What I'm trying to say is we are water treatment plants. If we cannot excrete our wastes through a number one or number two, eventually we become ill. Cancers run rampant in Indian country. Diabetes is another one. Cardiovascular diseases. There are so many numerous diseases that are directly linked to one another. And we've turned down numerous opportunities to go to Africa, Alaska, Europe, because we thought it over. Our people here in the indigenous country of Turtle Island require and need healthy water to survive. As I shared with you, our water is near perfect. Many water experts using a logarithm. The basic level of service standards agreement by the Department of Indian Affairs, which is known as DISC. Their basic level of service standards agreement is a 2.5 log removal. So that's a 99.2. Water experts use ozonation, Trojan UV disinfection, chemicals to achieve a 5 log water removal. So that's a 99.999. Cardinal Mountain Water has been told by reputable laboratories using polymerase chain reaction DNA amplification. You guys have created a 9 log water removal, which is totally unheard of today. And we thank our grandfathers, the Grandmother Moon, for permitting us to work and achieving a near perfect water for the indigenous peoples of the land. Today, our food industry is shocked. Now, when it comes to growing produce, now cannabis is the big thing. They utilize every safe measures that are known. They use pesticides to control the growth of bacteria. And we believe that water will help every entity, including the animals, more so our traditional healers, because the medicines they look for today in the land are no longer there or they're scarce. Water, to many, will never be understood. But we hope one day our grandchildren will remember that we tried something to enhance their life. And today there are young children that are drinking this water. And they will not drink any other type of water. I'll share with you, there was this one young girl who never drank water a couple of years ago. She drank the water. Her grandmother was practically in tears because she was suffering. What the doctors told her was a cyst in her pancreas. And that pancreas eventually was healed. The doctor said, "What did you guys do to that tumor?" Well, water healed that little girl. And I believe it's the work of the Creator and our heavenly grandfathers that have always been here for us and continue to be here for us. And as I shared with you, the Prime Minister of Canada has acknowledged that water is there for the Chief and Council. It is up for them to decide. Ministers, both of them, Philpott and Bennett, are aware that Cardinal Mountain water does exist. I know it's been a long 2 days for you. There's so much more I could share on water with you. and I thank yous all again. But we believe healthy drinking water will produce a healthy product. Water is a food. Water is a nutrient. And with our treatment process, we reintroduce calcium and magnesium, an organic food grade, to adjust the pH of water. Today, the people that are green, going green, that are vegetarians, always like to drink their water with a pH of 10 or 10.5. And yes, water is a nutrient. Distribution systems, regional distribution systems. EPCOR has one set up here in Alberta. And I firmly believe, honestly believe, that the chiefs, if they unite, if we unite as one, whereas we once were, we stood strong collectively, that dream would be a blessing, because we could, as you stated, a regional distribution water supply. And I'm going to share with you, water is treaty. Treaty is water. Today, the provincial provinces are requesting First Nations people to pull water licenses. The water belongs to the original peoples of Turtle Island, and we've never surrendered it. We collectively should honestly look seriously at claiming back a resource. Somebody brought up oil and gas here. Well, we've been taken to the bin when it comes to oil and gas, because there are so many byproducts in the oil and gas industry that go to a fractionating tower. Who is collecting? Who is pocketing all those resources that rightfully belong to the indigenous people of the land? Because we only surrendered the depth of the plow. Everything else, the resources, belong to the indigenous peoples of Turtle Island. And today, there are so many governments out there that are formed, and they today continue to squander the money that should be coming to the tribes, the villages, the communities. Forgive me, I don't know what terminology to use, but all those resources belong to the original peoples of the land. And water is precious. I've heard say it's blue gold, and we cannot part with water. Water belongs to us. We are made of water. And it saddens me what water has done to us. But we did it to ourselves. We accepted what the federal government has deemed was good for us. And chemicals introduced to water, water never forgets. It's like a woman. If you disrespect a woman, she'll never forget. And I'm hoping one day that water can unite us all, which I know it will. Because there are many, many chiefs and councillors throughout Turtle Island that are expressing a unique concern of healthy, chemically free drinking water. And I know there's people that are using water, this water, to water their plants in comparison and contrast with other household plants, and those plants are blooming. Also the health of the people. An 82-year-old woman who was slated for kidney dialysis. Now she doesn't have to go on a dialysis machine. A 72-year-old man, colon cancer, started drinking the water. The doctor says, I never want to see you again for 5 years for another colonoscopy. The cancer is gone. Arthritis is another thing that runs rampant because of the arsenic in our drinking water. And the Canadian Drinking Water Guidelines, the parameters are set to the maximum allowable concentration limits. Whereas Cardinal Mountain water, we've been told it's pure, it comes in at the minimal allowable concentration limits. Decimal point to the right, 5, 6, 7 figures, which is unheard of. I'm not here to brag or boast about Cardinal Mountain water. I'm here to tell the truth because our water that we fashion speaks for itself. I'd like to thank yous all. Special prayers to go out to every one of yous, your families, your departed ones, people who are sick in your homeland, your territory. I thank you all again. God bless yous all.